I guess for both guys, it's been obviously a lot of months since y'all got to play a game. Just how excited or anxious are you to get it going on Thursday night?
Yeah.
I think it's really exciting, man. I go up against Landon. I've been going up for him about 8 months now. I'm excited to see a new opponent, get somebody fresh, somebody that doesn't really know me, and just kind of go out there and just perform. I'm excited just to show what we've been working on all summer, all spring, and all fall, and just kind of put it on for people to see.
Yeah, a lot like he said, really just excited to hit somebody that isn't our own team, you know. So it's been a long time coming. So I think it's gonna be a big year for all of us. We've looked really good throughout fall camp, throughout spring, and now it's time to show the fan base.
I don't even know if you guys pay attention to this stuff, but I think the odds makers have you all about 50 something point favorites. What are your thoughts on that? Maybe Landon, you could take it and then Junior.
Yeah, I mean, really don't look into it too much, you know. I mean, if you looked at any of those games last week, I don't think any of them were correct. So you can't take any opponent lightly. You got to go out there and play the same like you play any other team.
Yeah, you kind of hit it spot on. We don't really look into that kind of stuff. With Petrino's offense, it's in our mind, it's just score, score, score. So, who cares what the money line says? We're out here just trying to score and put up points on that board.
Yeah, I got one more for each of you. Landon, maybe you could take it first. And Marion looks like he's going to start at left guard. I know you guys, I think you both talked about him having a good camp earlier, but now that it's game week and just a couple days away, he's going to be in his hometown. Just what have you thought about the camp he's had, what he's done to put himself in this position, and what you're expecting from him this season?
Yeah, I mean, I got all the confidence in the world for him. You know, just going to. I mean, he plays the side that I play on, so just going against him every day, I think he'll. I mean, he'll be really good for our offense. I feel like he'll have a big game. He's worked his tail off all summer camp, spring camp. I mean, so I think it'll be good for him.
Yeah, I think the growth that we've seen from spring to fall has been crazy. Nothing I've ever seen a player do before. Just kind of, who's kind of in that second group in the spring and then fall camp comes and this guy just blossoms into this whole new player. And just kind of the way he's grown his mindset and just the way he attacks every day at practice, I'm excited to play next to him. I know we're going to do some damage out there.
Okay, appreciate you guys. Thanks.
Appreciate you.
Ray, go ahead.
Fernando, I was curious if you've ever been to Little Rock and what's the closest you've been to Little Rock if you hadn't been there?
No, this is my first time. I think the closest I've been is Fayetteville. So I'm excited to explore something new and see a new scenery and be around these beautiful Arkansas fans, man.
Yeah. What have you heard about War Memorial Stadium?
I heard it has a lot of history, which is exciting. A lot of players have already played there. I think E had played there during his state final. So, lots of history. A lot of people have already played there and just excited to just put on a good show for those people in Little Rock.
When you look at UAPB, Coach Pittman was saying that they'll probably really bring the house at you guys, just kind of throw caution to the wind, blitz a lot. Is that kind of what guys been doing in practice, just working on picking up that kind of stuff?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you guys kind of have to work on those things. Those are always huge going into games. You never want to let up a blitz. And so, kind of going into this game, we don't really know what they're going to kind of throw at us. So, we're just kind of preparing for everything and, just trying to sharpen our tools on all ends.
Landon, I guess there's a real good chance this is your last time in Little Rock, but just looking over at UAPB and what they do offensively, what do you see out of those guys? What are their strengths?
Yeah, I think their biggest strength is their quarterback. They have a really talented quarterback. He has a good deep ball, big guy, can move well. So I think that's definitely their biggest strength on their offense.
All right, thanks, fellas.
Thank you.
Tom, all you.
Thanks. Hey, Landon, you've been to Little Rock. Just what's your take on the games there and what the locker room thinks about playing in Little Rock?
Yeah, I mean it's great, you know. I mean, get a lot of the more southern of the state fans being able to come get a home game experience without having to travel 5-6 hours up to Fayetteville. So I mean, I think it's great for the fan base. I think it's a cool experience to kind of get a kind of a different home game vibe. So I mean, I'm excited for it. I'm ready to get after it and ready to have fun.
You could think about politics when you get through with football, man. Just saying. I mean, good response. Hey, Sam Pittman was really high on UAPB's left tackle, and I don't know how often you're going to be on the right side, but What have you thought of him from what you've seen on tape?
He actually played a different position last year, so I think he was pretty good at his position last year. Haven't seen a whole lot of tape of him at left tackle, so I mean, really kind of going, not going to say going into it blind because I know how he is when he was playing guard, but I mean, honestly, kind of seeing a different version of him, you know, because I mean, every player's different, you know, like for example, uh, Amarion, when he was at tackle, I don't think he's as good of a tackle as he is a guard, and they moved him inside the guard, and that's his natural position. So, I mean, you never know. I mean, I've seen his guard film, but I've never really seen him play a whole lot of tackle.
Okay. Fernando, what's your take on how you think Talon is ready to, take on a role with this team and, do his thing?
Oh man, he's gonna drop bombs. You could best believe that. I think just kind of the confidence that he's gained through the fall camp and just kind of we're reaching like this max or this peak of, we're hitting on all cylinders right now. The offense is flowing. We're out there having fun. We're scoring. And so, you guys are going to see an exciting show come this Thursday and a lot of deep balls.
Cool. Landon, my final thing, you won't be guarding anybody, I guess, on deep routes, but number 11 for UAPB apparently said that the Arkansas secondary was big but slow. And I just wondered if you guys were aware of that.
I mean, yeah, we saw it, but definitely don't look into stuff like that a whole lot. You know, I mean, it's a lot like the media. You just can't really pay any attention to it. And I mean, I feel like we have a really talented secondary. So I mean, we'll go out there and I mean, play ball.
All right. You can pay attention to us, our media. We're good, man.
Anthony.
Yeah, Landon, you mentioned UAPB's quarterback. It did take them a little while to announce, Mekhi Higgins as the starter going into week one. Just waiting to see that announcement affect your preparation at all, or how does that kind of work?
Not a whole lot. I feel like we had a good idea that he was going to be the guy, and so we've really been studying him. And I mean, like I said before, just a really talented player. He's definitely a top level quarterback in my opinion. So definitely can't take him lightly. Got to go into it and I mean, prepare for everything he could throw at the table. Daniel.
Lots been made about the new helmet communication devices that are going to be used. I'm just wondering how on both sides of the ball for both of you, how you think that's going to affect the first game.
I feel like it. I mean, it depends on the team. Some teams will help a lot more. Other teams it won't help as much. For us defensively, I feel like it can help us in certain situations. I want to say it's either Brad or Jaden Johnson that are doing the helmet communication for the defense, but I feel like it can help a lot. I mean, if Coach T. Will wants to, put in checks, this and that, the biggest problem is that it cuts off after 15 seconds before the ball is snapped or for the play clock, 15 seconds of the play clock. So, and then offensively, I feel like it could help a lot as well.
Yeah, I think for the offense, it's going to be exciting. Just having Petrino and Taylor's ear and just kind of having two brains working at once, trying to figure out what the defense is out there and how we're going to attack and how we're going to execute. So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be really good for us as an offense. And I think it can only help from here.
Thanks, guys.
Bob, last one.
Yeah, I had a two-parter, if that's okay. I was reading in Arkansas's fine game notes. I don't know if Oliver came up with this or Kyle, but 55 newcomers for Arkansas, ties for the most in the SEC. Landon, from a returner standpoint, how do you think having that many newcomers has been? And Junior, from a newcomer standpoint, how do you think that's been for the team?
I personally feel like it's great. I mean, if you have a bad year the year before, you got to do something to change it. So I feel like us bringing in those 55 new guys, and I mean, most of those 55 are playing right now. So I definitely feel like it's going to make a big impact. When you have a bad season like last year, you got to make some changes, and that's what we did. And I feel like it's really going to have a positive impact on our team.
Yeah, like kind of Landon said, man, it's new and just bringing in all these different people from different schools. We've all been in different places, different situations. So I think we're just kind of bringing our leadership from old schools to this school and just kind of building this camaraderie. And we're still working on it every single day, and that's kind of what's making it fun. Is it's just new. We're around new people. This is something new and something a great season.
And the last one I had, Landon, you were captain, all last year, and that's been Arkansas's, and most teams deal is they usually have captains appoint them early. This year, Sam told us the other day he's going to do game day captains and kind of rotate it, it sounds like. As a guy who was a captain all year last year, just wondering what your take is on that.
I think it's great. I feel like the team's in a situation where we got so many captains, you can't just pick four or just pick six. So I feel like it's big time for the team. Gives a lot of guys who might have not been named to those six an opportunity to be a captain, and then also, I mean, kind of shows that we got a lot of leaders on this team. And I feel like it's a good thing for sure.
Junior, got a thought on that? Because you're a guy I imagine would have gotten a lot of votes if they'd done it the old way, I'm thinking.
Man, I think Landon kind of hit on it. We just have so many leaders on this team, and it's just nice to reward a lot of people that have been working hard all summer and all spring. It's hard to just bring it down to four. We had a lot of studs, a lot of leaders, and a lot of people that want to see us win. So I think it's the right way of going about it.
Okay, thanks, guys.
All right, guys. See you in the rough.